In the previous lecture, we learned about sustainable development and why it is important to have sustainability or sustainable campus in higher education. Considering the present alarming situation that we are facing, there's definitely an urgent need at every possible level of society to assess their decisions and actions in order to be a conscious consumer of the resources which will help in developing low carbon economies. Since the inception of sustainability in higher education, colleges and universities both have constructed and reformed its policies towards achieving the goals of sustainable development. University or institute ranking system has been always there, and these conventional ranking systems were based on education, research, students' placement, etc., and environmental factors were never considered. Now, with Stockholm Declaration, global university ranking for sustainability has become the new ranking system. Green ranking system was pioneered by University of Indonesia in 2010 when it launched the Green Metric World University Ranking System. Universities and colleges get an opportunity to come forward and showcase their efforts and practices towards sustainability through such ranking systems. Also, this World University Ranking System motivates other institutes to adopt measures for sustainability in their campuses on aspects such as water, electricity, transportation, waste recycling, etc. In 2018, the Times Higher Education launched a new ranking system known as the Impact Rankings. Aim of this new ranking is to check universities' impact on society based on the institution's success in delivering the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Even at local and national levels, organizations, councils, and administrations are taking initiatives to build green and sustainable campus across the nation. For example, Center for Science and Environment in 2018 began with its Green Campus initiative across the nation. Center for Science and Environment's Green Campus initiative has been capacitating this network of educators to bring down their resource footprint and enable cross-learning. Among the institutions which have joined the initiative are Guru Nanak Dev University, Amrita, and Gargi College, New Delhi. All India Council for Technical Education launched the Award for Clean and Smart Campus in 2019 with an aim to draw attention to the immense scope and potential of students in technology towards campus sustainability. As per the AICTE, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, along with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, offers a viable economic possibility to leverage the innovations of students and the institute. How to build a sustainable campus at higher education institutes? With universities and colleges incorporating and implementing the principles of sustainability, it is no rocket science, as they say, to get on with these environmental initiatives for a sustainable campus. And a lot of research and investigation in this field has also helped the stakeholders build a green campus. Now, starting off with saving electricity. This at first requires engineering vision to construct a building which receives maximum natural light so that fewer artificial light bulbs and tubes are used. Next, what the colleges can do is replace all its incandescent and CFL bulbs to LED bulbs, which uses 75% less energy and emits little or no heat, thus saving energy, which also includes electricity bills. A standard incandescent light burns through 50 watts of electricity per hour. A CFL bulb uses 13 to 15 watts, and an LED light bulb uses only 6 watts per hour. Thus, saving energy, saving money. Now, many of the old colleges and universities are still stuck with the age-old devices in their offices and computer laboratories, which consume a lot of energy and also contribute to the carbon emissions. One needs to upgrade the old ones with the energy-saving models to ensure that devices such as computers, laptops, and tablets consume less energy. Energy Star rating was started in July 2009 by US EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. and they classified computers, laptops, and tablets based on their electricity consumption. So today, most of your devices will have this logo of Energy Star. And BEE, or Bureau of Energy Efficiency, an agency of Government of India under Ministry of Power, also qualifies electronic devices in order to conserve and ensure an efficient use of energy, for which you can see this logo on a majority of your electronic devices. Now, next big factor to be incorporated is to have natural ventilation in the buildings, so that one uses less of air conditionings. The use of ACs will also depend on geographical location of buildings that will determine the climatic and weather conditions, which will affect the frequency of using air conditioners. Most part of India is a hot tropical region. Therefore, ideally the temperature should be set between 24 degrees to 30 degrees C, so that it does not use the compressor for long and hence saves energy. Another best environmental initiative to save electricity is the installation of rooftop solar panels. Now, this will not only help save the electricity bills, but will contribute in reducing your carbon footprint and also make you independent from your regional grid system in case your campus is in a heavy power load area. Delhi University colleges like Dayal Singh, Zakir Hussain, Lakshmi Bai, Ramanujan College, etc. have taken the initiative towards sustainable campus by installing rooftop solar panels. There are many schemes to support the institutes and social organizations such as Mukhyamantri Solar Scheme in Delhi under Ministry of New and Renewable Energy (MNRE), and various subsidy schemes have been initiated by the center under the same Ministry of New and Renewable Energy to motivate and inspire the public and the private sector to adopt such sustainability measures. After electricity, we have to conserve water, the next big resource. Water is a crucial resource for survival, which is one of the most exploited one on the planet today. With COVID-19 pandemic already hovering over our heads, I don't think we are ready for a third world war, which scholars claim to happen only because of the scarcity of water. So the first thing we can do is construct or install a rainwater harvesting system in the campus. Now, those campuses with huge area can construct harvesting pits for more water conservation, while those campuses in cities with less open spaces can install rooftop rainwater harvesting systems. The rate at which the groundwater table is lowering, rainwater harvesting is of utmost priority in cities such as Delhi, Bangalore, etc. And also in Delhi, National Green Tribunal has made it mandatory to install rainwater harvesting systems in all the government buildings and all the new constructions, be it in a private or a public sector. Now, this harvested water can be accordingly used for irrigation in the campus, flushing systems in the toilets, or can be allowed to seep down into the aquifers for the recharge through an unlined harvesting pit. Now, campus is located in areas which desperately need an RO system for water purification, can divert the wastewater from the ROs to the rainwater harvesting pits instead of putting them into the drainage system, which ultimately will waste that water. Now, another important environmental initiative to be taken in the campus is managing the waste. Now, we in higher education can make an effort that no waste goes to the landfill sites from our campuses. Waste can be managed in two different ways. First is to compost the organic waste, and second is to recycle all the remaining waste products. All the organic waste generated by the college canteen, pantry houses, the foliage from the college gardens can be used in vermicomposting. Other waste generated such as paper, plastics, cartons, electronics, metals, etc. can be sent to a nearby recycling plant to be processed so that it does not end up into the landfill sites and deteriorate the environment. Now, paper utilization can be micromanaged by using less of it in the campus. Say, for example, keeping more of electronic material for study in the library instead of hard copies. Faculties can take their projects and assignments through emails. Offices should use both sides of A4 pages for administrative work. And I know these initiatives are small, but they have a huge environmental impact. Now, college and university canteens can also stop the use of single use or disposable utensils and cutleries. They need to completely ban the single use plastic from their campuses. At last, one needs to maintain maximum green cover in the campus. Trees and plants help in augmenting air pollution and will also act as a buffer for the noise pollution. Maintaining green cover will also help make a contribution in conserving the local biodiversity, which is greatly threatened. Next, we have two sustainable campuses adopting green measures in different geographical and environmental conditions to protect the environment and conserve its natural resources. University of California, Davis, USA, and Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, Tamil Nadu, India. The University of California, Davis ranked third in UI Green Metric World University Ranking in 2019. This university has a stringent policy framed which gets reviewed and amended periodically. UC's institutional sustainability commitment began in 2003 through a student initiative that led to the UC's regents adopting the presidential policy on green building design and clean energy standards in 2004, now named as Sustainable Practices Policy. This policy establishes goals in the following areas, namely green building, clean energy, transportation, climate protection, sustainable operations, waste reduction and recycling, environmentally preferable purchasing, sustainable food service, sustainable water systems. Now, in green building, all the building operations within the university, including both new and renovation construction, strictly follows these national parameters or codes for building, namely CBC, which is California Building Code, LEED, LEED, Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. LEED is a registered trademark of the US Green Building Council, and LEED is a green building rating system developed and administered by the non-profit US Green Building Council. It has 4 levels of certification. From lowest to the highest are certified, silver, gold, and platinum, and the third one is USGBC, US Green Building Council. The USGBC is a membership-based non-profit organization dedicated to sustainable building design and construction. So all the building construction that is done within the campus in University of California, they follow all these building codes for their construction. Next is clean energy and climate protection. University of California supports its climate neutrality goals and is committed to reducing its greenhouse gas emissions, which they will achieve by implementing the following points. Reduce greenhouse gas emissions to the year 1990 levels by 2020. Achieve climate neutrality for direct and indirect sources by 2025. Achieve climate neutrality from specific sources such as air travels by 2050 or sooner. Reduce each location's energy use intensity within the campus by an average of at least 2% annually. By 2025, each campus of the university and its health locations will obtain 100% clean electricity. And at least 40% of the natural gas combusted on site at each campus and health location will be biogas by 2025. Next is sustainable transportation. Now, by 2025, zero-emission vehicles or hybrid vehicles shall account for at least 50% of all new light-duty vehicles acquisitions. Also, by 2025, each location shall strive to reduce its percentage of employees and students commuting by single-occupancy vehicles by 10% relative to its 2015 single-occupancy vehicles commutation rates. Also, the university is looking forward that by 2050, each location shall strive to have no more than 40% of its employees and no more than 30% of all employees and students commuting to the location by single occupancy vehicle. By 2025, each location shall strive to have at least 4.5% of commuter vehicles be zero emission ones. Now, by 2050, each location also shall strive to have at least 30% of commuter vehicles with zero emission vehicles. Next is sustainable procurement. Now, university has formulated its guidelines for procurement and listed certain vendors and products for sustainable business. University has framed targets for every 3 years to make its green expenditures on certified products, services or vendors which are all following the ways and methods of sustainable practices. Next is zero waste. University will achieve zero waste, which is as 90% diversion from landfill by 2020 at all locations other than UC Health locations, which will have separate waste reduction goals. The university will reduce per capita total municipal solid waste generation at all locations other than health locations as follows. It will reduce waste generation per capita to the year 2015-16 levels by 2020. It will also reduce waste generation by 25% per capita from the year 2015-16 levels by 2025. And it will also reduce its waste generation by 50% per capita from the year 2015-16 levels by 2030. By 2020, the university will prohibit the sale, procurement or distribution of packaging foam such as food containers and packaging material other than that utilized for laboratory supply or medical packaging and products. Next is sustainable water. The university aims to reduce the consumption of potable water by 20% by the year 2020 and 36% by 2025. Also aims for developing a water action plan to achieve sustainable water systems, water from autoclaves in laboratories, cooling systems, etc. to be managed so that there is no wastage of water. Another thing which is happening in the campus of University of California is sustainable food services. Now, they aim to procure 20% sustainable food products by the year 2020 for campus and health location food service operations. It also aims to certify at least one food service facility on each campus and health location as a green business. Hence, following and implementing the theory of sustainable development where environment, economy and society is taken care of. Next is the Green Campus Initiative by Amrita, Vishwa, Vidyapeetham, Tamil Nadu, India. The university launched its Green Initiative in 2013 with goals to promote sustainability by creating awareness, sharing knowledge and expertise, expert talks about environmental problems and possible solutions, to deploy eco-friendly technologies for greening and cleaning the campuses, encourage active research in these environmental technologies. For the Green Campus Initiative by Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, their focus areas are water, waste management, energy, green cover, and eco-friendly building. Now, this is how the university is managing its water within the campus. It has 5 sewage treatment plants to treat over 12 lakh liters of wastewater every day. That recovers 11.6 lakh liters. Now, instead of chemical filtration, it is using the method of bioremediation, which is aided by effective microbes technology. Now, the treated water currently is being used for irrigating the campus, the lawns and the gardens, and is being also used in the flushing systems in the toilets. Water is also being managed by installing the bio-toilets. The septic tank at one of the hostels in the campus is converted to a biodigester and populated with a consortium of anaerobic bacteria psychrophile that consumes human waste. The effluent water from the biodigesters is released through a reed bed for further purification, and this method has resulted into huge electricity cost savings at the wastewater treatment plants. Next is waste management. Plastic waste is sent to a pyrolysis plant to generate fuel. All the recyclable waste being generated in the campus goes to its Amrita Recycling Center in one of its campus. All the biodegradable waste is being converted to compost, and one of the landfill site was ecologically restored using the compost material. The university has also set up a biogas plant to be used in kitchen and canteens within the campus, where all the organic waste is being processed. As for energy, maximum energy within the campus is being used by wastewater treatment plants and air conditioners, for which the university has installed solar power plants and has also switched to LED bulbs from CFLs. The green cover. 1 lakh trees have been planted in its campus during the last 10 years, which has helped cut down the ambient temperature by 5 degrees in the campus. University also practices organic farming for fruits, vegetables and medicinal plants which are consumed within the campus. This has also helped maintain a rich and healthy biodiversity in the campus. The last but not the least is green or eco-friendly buildings. Main canteen in Itimadai campus have open courtyards so that there is a natural ventilation, therefore requires no fans. Their future green building projects will have sustainable building materials such as wood, mud, bamboo and lime in order to minimize the other building material that affects the environment. So, if all the higher education institutes transform their campuses into a sustainable unit, this can motivate the township planning in their cities and states, thus bringing a change of sustainability true to its nature, with 3 dimensions, that is environment, society and economy, being addressed. I'll end this session by saying that the education centers such as colleges and universities adopting the environmental measures give us hope for a better tomorrow, where the future generation is able to meet its needs from the natural resources available on this planet Earth. And we hope that our education system evolves and transforms an individual for the good. Thank you and have a nice day.